Grand Rising, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. So, I'm going through the zodiac signs because I've seen a challenge going on saying what's wrong with my zodiac sign challenge. So, we're going to talk about it. Next up on the list, since we are going in order, is Taurus. Now, Tauruses are very nice people. I will say they're very down to earth. Very down to earth, very lovable people. They are naturally, they tend to naturally be quite sociable. I will say they are one of the more sociable signs, quite talkative as well. Now, some of the challenges that Tauruses need to learn to overcome this lifetime is talking other people's business because they tend to be very nosy. Tauruses are nosy. Tauruses are nosy. Whether they want to admit it or not, they're nosy. They're very nosy. Okay, they love to be all in your business. At the same time, they will kind of, be kind of private about their business. And that's not really how communication goes. Sometimes you have to know when to mind your business, Taurus. Sometimes you have to know when to mind your business. And also, too, another challenge for Tauruses will be their greed. Now, Tauruses and their greed can be displayed in many different ways. A lot of the times their greed is with food. However, it's not just with food. Tauruses are known for being earthy and having a hearty appetite and being quite passionate and down to earth. That is very true. However, Tauruses can also be greedy, which also can kind of, it can kind of flow over into, jealousy, per se, because they always want everything, but also sometimes they want what they see other people have, right? So their greed might be for alcohol, it might be for food, it might be for, men or women, it might be for material things, but they like excess. Tauruses like things in excess. So with that being said, a lot of Tauruses have issues with alcoholism or gluttony and obesity, and that is a large reason why there are a lot of overweight Tauruses or Tauruses that struggle with their weight. Now, a lot of us struggle with our weight, and it goes up and down, up and down. But Tauruses, because the unevolved Taurus can be quite gluttonous. It's more of a struggle because Tauruses like the finer things in life. They like the nice things. They like the rich things, the rich people, the rich food, right? And because they are so down to earth, they can tend towards laziness, which is also something that they have to work on. Now, with that being said, when I say Tauruses can tend towards laziness, I'm not saying laziness in as far as a financial and material, because Tauruses love material things, they will put in the work, whether it is legal or illegal, they will put in the work in order to achieve the finer things. However, when it comes to, let's say, their domestic life or their home life, other things, even sometimes it even can be their personal care, their personal maintenance, they can be lazy with that. They do like to look good. However, a part of health is also physical activity. That's why, as I said before, there are a lot of overweight Tauruses. What else? Because see, I didn't write any notes because I have, a lot of hair. Another trait of the unevolved Taurus is infidelity. Yes. Infidelity. When I say infidelity, the unevolved males have a tendency towards being ladies' men, Lotharios, gigolos, whatever you want to call them. They have a tendency towards that because of their greed, lust for women or men or whatever it is. And the females, they can be kind of promiscuous when they're unevolved. No shade, because I love y'all. Y'all my bitches. Y'all like to have a good time. However, they can lead toward promiscuity when they are unevolved, right? And especially because Taurus females, from what I have seen, have a tendency to, at times, look for love, not in the wrong places, but in the wrong way. And because Tauruses put so much value on material things, they may try to buy a person's love. And so a lot of Taurus females tend to get used in relationships. A lot of Taurus females end up in relationships that end up being abusive, whether it's physically abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, or they outright being somebody's sugar mama or just being used. And that is something that, they have to learn how to conquer. Taurus women, don't get your kindness taken for weakness. You cannot buy people's love. If somebody wants to be with you, they will be with you. Period. For who you are, the way that you are. Because at the end of the day, Tauruses are very sweet people. So therefore, if you just focus your attention, Taurus males, onto one person, you'll probably have more money in your pockets. Okay? You'll be fine. You'll be in a healthier relationship. And Taurus women, if you focus your attention on somebody who is reciprocating that attention and giving it back to you without you having to sacrifice of yourself, whether it's emotionally, physically, or materially, you'll be happy. And another thing that I have noticed is Tauruses have a tendency to be in domestic violence relationships, should I say. Taurus men tend to be more aggressive and they tend to be more abusive. And I'm not saying all Tauruses. Remember, there's evolved of each sign and there's unevolved of each sign. So, of course, the unevolved of each sign is going to be the one who tends to, wallow more in the negative traits, the darker aspects of the sign. Whereas the evolved is somebody who does not display those characteristics, or even if they identified that in themselves, they addressed it and they overcame it. As I said in the Aries one, right? Yes. So Taurus men, unevolved Taurus men tend to be abusive. All right. A lot of times it can lead to full-blown domestic violence. They will become full-blown physically abusive to their spouse, their significant other. It tends to more so be toward their significant other and not their children. And the Taurus women tend to end up in a lot of domestic violence relationships because they have a tendency, because Tauruses can be very loyal. They have a tendency to stick around when really they should walk away, and that can lead to abuse. It may start off as emotional abuse, material abuse, verbal abuse, but it will always escalate into a domestic violence situation. And that, I think, has something to do with, having to work on that self-esteem because, as I said, Taurus places a lot of value into material things. And they tend to express their love through, material things, right? And just because somebody is buying you nice things, if they're beating your ass, that's not love, right? But anywho, short and sweet. Let me see, is there anything else? Tauruses may have they can be pretty honest. However, they have a problem also with holding things inside to the point where when it boils over or they explode, they might end up going on a killing spree or something, or some type of super violent, super aggressive outlash. So therefore, Tauruses, unevolved ones, they definitely also have an issue with self-expression of the inner thoughts, the inner demons, the inner issues, trials, tribulations that they may go through. And that also is what leads them into those type of domestic violent situations or relationships that I spoke of. So Tauruses, in this lifetime, your challenge is to learn how to express things. Stop holding it inside and bottling it up because it ends up coming out in a negative way. And also, too, stop trying to eat your feelings. Go out and be active. Stop trying to have everything. Know that what is for you will come to you because you are naturally an earth sign, which means material things, material abundance is already yours. Stop trying to have everything, and what is for you will come to you. Right? Now I'm about to go for real, y'all. Let me stop, okay? That being said, take care, be blessed, and I love you.